We're working on divisibility tests in math. Divisible means the number can go into the other number without any remainder. It's a factor of the number. For instance, all numbers are divisible by 1 because 1 times itself is the number. So as long as 1 is a factor, which it always is, it is divisible, or the number is divisible by it. There are a lot of easy ways to tell if a number is divisible by certain digits without doing long division or without a calculator. These are called divisibility tests. The problems that we're doing together in class are on journal page 13. I have not filled in the answers yet, but at the end of this tape there will be the answers for these in case your student missed them in class. The divisibility test for 2 has been emphasized since kindergarten. It is a number is divisible by 2 if it is an even number. That is, if it ends in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. For example, the number 75 is not divisible by 2 because it ends in a 5, which is odd. So the number is odd itself. That means that 2 cannot go into the number without there being a remainder. 40, on the other hand, is divisible by 2 because it ends in a 0, which makes the number even. Since it is an even number, 2 can go into it without there being a remainder. The divisibility test for 3 is a little more difficult. It is that a number is divisible by 3 if the sum of its digits, which means when you add the digits together, is divisible by 3. For example, 136 is not divisible by 3 because when you add the digits of the number together, 1 plus 3 plus 6 equals 10. And 10 is not divisible by 3. That is, 10 divided by 3 equals 3 with a remainder of 1. Since it has a remainder, it is not divisible by 3. Since 10 is not divisible by 3, that means 136 is also not divisible by 3. On the other hand, 246 is divisible by 3 because when you add the digits together, they equal 12. 2 plus 4 plus 6 equals 12. 12 is divisible by 3. That is, it is a factor of 12, or 12 divided by 3 equals 4 with no remainders. Since it has no remainders, it is divisible by the number. Since 3 can go into 12 evenly, it can also go into 246. Test it on a calculator if you're not sure. The divisibility test for 6 is simply putting the last two tests together. A number is divisible by 6 if it is also divisible by 2 and 3. So therefore you have to do the previous two tests to make sure that it is divisible by 6. If it's not divisible by 2 but is divisible by 3, it's still not divisible by 6. It has to have both components to work. On the other hand, for the divisibility test for 9 is the sum of the digits has to be divisible by 9. So this time you're adding all the digits up and dividing it by 9. If there's no remainder, then it can be divisible by 9. The divisibility tests for 5 and 10 have been done in previous grade levels. A number is divisible by 5 if it ends in a 0 or a 5. For instance, the number 70 is divisible by 5 because it ends in a 0. The number 85 is divisible by 5 because it ends in a 5. The number 32, however, is not divisible by 5 because it ends in a 2, which is nor a 0 or a 5. The divisibility test for 10 is if a number ends in a 0, it is divisible by 10. These numbers are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, so on. As I mentioned earlier, the divisibility tests are on journal page 13 of your child's journal. The answers for this page are also provided right here. If you need further assistance with the divisibility tests, please email me. Thank you.